Hello. Haven't been doing a lot of whiskey related content lately. Have, however, been drinking a lot of whiskey. Just haven't been filming it. That is unfortunate. But that's okay. I have something that I'm kind of excited about today. Which isn't, there's no gag this time. I'm actually out of gags. I mean, I could start the video by being like,
Let's, no whiskey. We're gonna review these very legitimate looking, delicious chips. Yeah, I really do like chips. Oh, it's a spring snake. Oh, that was...
amusing. Goodness. We could start the video that way, but that would be lame, so we're not going to do that. But what I do have instead is the Ardbeg Uigeadail whiskey. And I am a big fan of Ardbeg. I do quite regularly have the Ardbeg 10, which is extremely smoky. Probably the smokiest whiskey you'll find that hasn't been kind of messed with in a way that intentionally makes it like artificially smokier. It's really insane. Like, I brought Ardbeg 10 to a party once, and I had like one or two people be like, "Yo, I can smell that across the room. Like, what is that? What the fuck?" It's got a very full-on smell, and it tastes even more ridiculous. It's very strong. When you drink it, the smokiness, the peatiness, really, it hits you in the face. It's crazy. Enjoyable. I really do like it, but I think if you want to drink whiskey and kind of relax, sometimes Ardbeg 10 is probably not the best whiskey for that. So I'm really interested to see what the Ardbeg Uigeadail brings to the table. So that is the bottle, by the way. I don't know if it's going to focus, but I really do like the gold accents around the edges, the font, just the text. It all looks really sharp. It's just visually very appealing, without being too over the top. Ardbeg's just design language, just generally their packaging, it's really nice. I'm quite happy with it. The shape of the bottle is also quite lovely. It's got this nice green color, very tiny, very nice. So the Ardbeg Uigeadail, it says the ultimate Islay single malt Scotch whiskey. It is non-chill filtered, which some people like, some people don't like. It says the flavors are treacle, bacon, and bonfires, and I definitely believe it. Ardbeg is very smoky whiskey, and a lot of like Islay whiskies do have kind of a very sort of subtle saltiness to them as well. So I'm just going to read the back of the bottle, and we're going to have a bit of a look at that. Ardbeg Uigeadail takes its name from the brooding, mysterious loch, which provides the peat-laden water for Ardbeg. This is a special vatting of different styles of Ardbeg, marrying together traditional deep, smoky notes with the luscious, sweet, raisiny tones of old ex-sherry casks, which sounds interesting because it sounds like I'm going to get a more balanced overall taste. That's what I'm hoping for anyway, and that's what I've heard other people say about this whiskey, that it is sort of a little bit more palatable, a little bit less sort of hitting you in the face type thing with the peat, the smoke. Another really interesting thing about this is that it is 54.2% alcohol, which is a fucking lot of alcohol. So that's worrying. But anyway, yeah, really excited for this. Yeah, dude, I just really enjoy Islay whiskies. So Islay is, I don't know if it's honestly, I don't know if it's a single island or a series of islands, but it is a region in Scotland which is known for making very smoky whiskey, very peaty whiskey, and that's me. I'm big on that type of stuff. And Ardbeg, they do it, gosh, I dare say better than anyone. There are a lot of different Islay whiskies that do different things, better than others. They all got their sort of strengths and weaknesses, but Ardbeg, if you want intense smokiness, like, I'd look no further. we are going to pour some of this stuff and have a bit of a fun time. I've sort of slightly cracked this glass as well, but it is only on one side, so I will just sip out of the other side. That should be fine. Probably. This is also not the right type of glass, because the glass that I normally use is in the dishwasher, so we're stuck with this really large, awkward thing. So I'm just going to have a bit of a smell. It isn't the kind of smell that is so smoky you could smell it across the room. So I think in terms of hopefully this being a more balanced experience, I think we're already off to a pretty good start. It doesn't smell overly smoky. It's definitely there, but it's not too forthcoming with the smoke. You got kind of a very sort of a sharp, sweet smell. On the box it says, treacle. That's treacle? Yeah, I'd say that sounds about right. Not too much going on the nose. It's, yeah, we'll have a bit of a sip, see how we go. Yeah. So, still very smoky, right? And with Ardbeg 10, yeah, it's a totally different ball game to this. So Ardbeg 10, again, I once heard somebody on the internet describe it as like deep throating a charcoal briquette, which is that's probably paraphrasing slightly. I don't remember the exact quote, but I think that gives you a pretty good idea of what Ardbeg 10 is like to drink, if I didn't already give you a pretty good idea before. This is, funnily enough, a lot more balanced. I think, yeah, people on the internet were pretty bang on with this. The smokiness does not immediately hit you in the face. It's very slow build. It's there. You really do feel it in your chest. It's nice. It's like drinking a bonfire, but it's a little more subdued than the Ardbeg 10. And it's very nice. You can sort of taste that sort of slight bandagey iodine kind of taste, which is present in a fair amount of Islay whiskey, particularly Ardbeg. Treacle, I can definitely taste that. Sort of treacle, sort of vanilla-ish kind of a taste. Yeah. It's there is a lot going on flavor-wise, and I don't even know if I would be able to pick it all apart, to be completely honest. A lot going on, just the right amount of smoke. This is something that I could sip and enjoy and contemplate the wonders of the universe and just relax. Very nice, very relaxing whiskey to drink, very complex. It's checking all the boxes, Ardbeg 10 has a special place in my heart, but it is pretty full on. I don't know that it's always something I would go to if I want to relax. It's a great whiskey, but I don't necessarily want to be punched in the face when I'm trying to relax, if you know what I'm saying. So this, I think, takes all of the character that Ardbeg is known for and kind of, I don't know if I want to say sands off the edges, because that seems a bit like I'm not giving it enough credit for what it is. But it is a lot more subdued. It's quite enjoyable to drink, and I think even people who are fairly new to smoky whiskey could enjoy this. Whereas I don't think I would recommend going straight to something like Ardbeg 10 if you're not too familiar with smoky whiskey, Islay whiskies. It's kind of a bit of a laugh. For the memes, it's a good time, but I think this is, this is a little more beginner friendly. I would probably prefer this if I want to relax. It's not quite as good as, so there's another one I'm really fond of called Lagavulin 16 that is also an Islay whiskey. Again, probably even more subdued than this. I think it has a little bit more going on flavor-wise. kind of reminds me of like roasted almonds, actually, kind of the flavor that I get from Lagavulin 16. Really delicate flavors. Similar price point with it. So Lagavulin 16, you're probably looking at somewhere around that $120 mark, depending on where you get it from and if it's on special. This is also kind of around $120 from memory. Similar price point. I think if you really like your peat, I think Ardbeg is probably the better choice. Like, they really don't skimp on the peat, let me tell you. Lagavulin 16, yeah, I think Lagavulin 16 is kind of something that I dare say that everybody can enjoy. Like, it's just so nice. Anyway, I really don't know what else to say about it. Excellent whiskey. Not too smoky. The flavors are really good. They're very complex. There's a lot going on. The packaging is amazing. I really do like Ardbeg packaging. It's very sharp. It's very nice. It's got this kind of very tribal look and design to it, which is really cool. Excellent whiskey. What would I rate it? Yeah, that's a really tricky one. I must say, gonna give it a solid, say 8.1. So 8.1, because like it is really good. And I think, yeah, look, if you're looking to get into smokier whiskeys and you're like, what do I choose? And you're willing to spend that kind of money, I think this would actually probably serve as a pretty good gateway onto other things. And maybe hopefully one day you get to the Ardbeg 10, have a bit of fun with Ardbeg 10. So I'm really biased. I just really like Ardbeg 10. It's such a laugh. It's so insane. There's another really smoky brand of whiskey, or not brand, but there's a distillery or company called Brunladich. Can't even say it. Brunladich, that makes a type of whiskey called Octomore, which is the smokiest whiskey you can actually get. They do insert extra. So the component that makes whiskey smoky, it's called phenols, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure Octomore kind of just inserts a lot of extra of that into their whiskey to make it smokier, which is, kind of cheating. But it is very smoky, and it's quite nice. That's even more meme tier than Ardbeg 10. So if you want to drink some smoky whiskey just to die, Octomore is a fun time. So if you see that at a bar somewhere, give it a go, have a bit of a laugh. But look, Ardbeg Uigeadail, really solid all-round whiskey. It is very smoky, but I think it is just rounded off, sort of has sanded off kind of edges, and probably appeals to a lot more people than you might think. That's really about all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed that. If you didn't, not too concerned. Anyway, that's all for now. Bye-bye.